Hello again, guys. It has been a few days. I will say I've recorded a couple of videos, but none of them have actually come to fruition for whatever reason. But, as I mentioned several times in previous recent vlogs, I sent off the Nikon J1 to Amazon, and they ended up sending it back, unfortunately. They said there were major cracks and dents and damage and whatnot. There's stuff in the floor. But they sent it back. I've tested it out. I'm actually using it right now, and it works perfectly fine. I'm filming this at 1080p 30. That's about the highest this can. It can technically do 1080 60 I, but I don't want I. I want 1080 30p because P looks better. So you'll have to let me know what you think of this footage, how it looks and how it sounds. I've turned off the air conditioner because it was loud and I got a little cold. But the little bit that I've tested this out, aside from not being very good in low light, this camera actually does a surprisingly good job. And like I said when I first got it back, I will probably end up just giving it to either my parents or Christina's parents or something. Giving it to somebody that I think will take advantage of it. Because there are a lot of decent lenses in the Nikon 1 system, the system that this camera uses. The two that I've got for it are the kit lens and the kit telephoto lens, and they both work really well. It's just sort of an old dated camera. It doesn't do 4K, it doesn't do 1080p 60. Obviously it does not have a flip up screen, so it's just got a few reasons why I wouldn't necessarily want to use it as this kind of camera or whatever else, but some other people might. It does still take decent quality photos and decent quality video, as you can see. Anyway, other stuff, what's going on? Working on day job stuff, trying to do what I can do. Had a package show up in the mail today with some stuff for my setup. Yeah, looking back, I don't think I actually ended up putting that video out. I think I scrapped the entire video. I made a video before we went to see my family last weekend about my setup here and how I've changed things. And effectively, what I said in that video is I've got a bunch of hue lights set up here now, and this little salt lamp, and blah blah blah. And of course these speakers that I made a video about over on the tech channel. All that's well and good, but there's still, you know, just little this and that and the other. I'd kind of like to have more lighting, better lighting, different lighting. So I picked up that super cheap LED strip. Might look into some more of those, maybe put one around the TV. The one that I picked up I was planning to put on this piece of furniture over here, the thing that's under the TV, so I'm probably going to figure out a way to put it inside it or around the back. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So that's in the works. The other thing that's in the works, I don't know if you've seen it or not. I'm going to put this camera down. That's a little bit better. A little easier, don't have to hold anything. But what I was thinking about there was, Walmart's been doing some really weird things in the last couple of weeks. I keep finding over on Slick Deals new deals from Walmart where basically if you're willing to go into the store and pick something up, you can get a significant discount on it. That's a few vlogs back, I went to Walmart and I picked up this car thing you put in the back of the trunk of your car or the back of your SUV in my case, and it's just a couple of big pockets that hold things for you. That was the first thing I found, and it was like 50 cents off or something. Well, then I found something else, and then something else, so on and so forth, and I've bought like 4 or 5 things that are coming in the next few days. Why is this pertinent? Well, because one of the things I ended up purchasing was a futon. Christina's not really going to like this, and it's going to require some significant reorg of this office. But well, let's put it this way. It's a cheap futon. It's not going to be great. I think it's going to look pretty decent on camera, though. And it was $100, but they took like $45 off. So it's like $53, I think, after all of that, plus tax. So $55, $56 for a futon. A decent-looking futon that's super easy to assemble, and all the reviews I found online about it are decent, considering it's now a $50 piece of furniture. So what I'm going to end up doing, probably, and I hate to even think this, I'm probably going to sell this desk this weekend. This desk is great, but it's just, I don't use it. I don't ever sit at it. I don't do anything at it. I'm either always at my treadmill desk or I'm in the living room doing stuff. When I'm in this office, it would be nice to have a little bit of a desk space, but I don't necessarily need a big 60-inch desk. So at the yard sale, I'm going to make every attempt to get rid of the desk, probably a lot of the monitors that I've got, because over time, if I do buy new monitors, they'll probably be 4K, although I do have a monitor coming tomorrow that's 1080p, but it's a travel monitor thing. It's USB-C, it's cool. Be looking forward to that. There's a video coming on the tech channel about that once it gets here. But yeah, this desk is just taking up a lot of space. Technically, the desk I've got, you can't see it, but it's attached to the bookshelves that are over here. I've got a second desk there, which is completely covered in crap, and I need to, that's the biggest thing I need to work out, is getting rid of all the clutter, getting rid of all the extra junk that just accumulates, and figuring out what to do with it and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there. Hopefully this desk will be going away. The plan, I think, would be to move the entire bookshelf bookcase thing with the attached desk over this direction so I can have my chair behind it and do my videos from behind the desk. and then put the futon over in that corner, or move the treadmill desk over to that corner and put the futon over where the treadmill desk is right now. There's a lot of flexibility here, there's a lot of potential options. Indecisive Jordan is indecisive as per usual. But anyway, it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got a lot more work that I need to get done, and I've got a lot of planning for the yard sale stuff that I need to do. I need to figure out where everything's going to end up going and living to figure out what I have to do to make that happen. Hopefully you're enjoying the footage from this camera. Again, Nikon J1, 10 to 30 millimeter lens. It's a 2.7 crop factor, so the 10 millimeters that it's at right now is like 27, which is a little bit cropped in for me, but again, the footage looks pretty decent and the audio is acceptable. And it's later. I've been thoroughly smashing my head against the wall, doing day job stuff, not terribly successfully, but that's okay. I'm trying. And I decided to take a little bit of time right before Duncan got off the bus and work on a video. You may have noticed behind me, I got some lights up. I took my little lighting strip, my LED strip, and it's not permanently perfectly affixed or anything, but with this little controller, boop, boop, it's got a little IR sensor down there, so I can just hit whatever color I want within reason, and it'll change between them, or you hit a little fade button, and it fades between colors. Ridiculously cool, especially when you mix it up with all the hue lights that I've got set up in here. Really tempted now. I've got a lot of this strip left. I'm probably going to take it around the base of this as well. The original plan was to actually do the shelves underneath the shelves with it, but I think that might be a little bit much. Just having it around the outside and maybe underneath is pretty good. But I'm tempted to buy another one to put under there if I keep that desk. But if I don't keep the desk, I could always end up using it on the futon when the futon gets here. So there's going to be some major changes coming to this office pretty soon. The other thing you probably didn't notice, but you might have, is this little guy. Like I said, it blends in kind of well, so you probably didn't notice it. TP-Link Deco router. It's not going to be sitting here for long. Actually, probably not even going to be sitting in this spot for longer than another hour or so. This is a wireless router slash cloud mesh thing. And I'm currently working on a video for the tech channel about it, but basically the kit that I got comes with 3 of them, and you spread them throughout your house, and they completely cover your house in wireless connectivity using the exact same wireless network. So you can seamlessly go from one place to the next. And the TP-Link stuff is supposed to automatically figure out the best possible route to the internet from where you are and make it happen. The problem with it is they're not as smart as I would like, so they don't have the ability to host servers, they don't have the ability to custom throttle certain things, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But you can do like high priority on certain devices, you can do customized quality of service for certain types of So I'm messing around with it, but as you might have noticed just from the size of that box, it's a router, but it doesn't have ports. It has one port for incoming, one port for outgoing to like a switch or something. And I think in all the switches and changes and everything that I've done in my office, I don't think I actually own any switches anymore. I've got my router, which has a switch built in, and other routers that have switches built in. But from what I understand, if you unplug the Deco and plug it directly into your router, it's supposed to just assume that it's a part of that network and become that network. So that's going to be the next thing I try. Unfortunately, I got it all hooked up right before Duncan got off the bus, and so I didn't get a chance to swap the network over. I was busy adding access points, so I don't have everything set up yet. We'll try to do that and finish this video this evening. I'm still doing this on the Nikon J1, by the way. Hopefully this is working. Just checked. Yes, we are still recording, and I watched some of the video back. I haven't actually seen it on a laptop or anything yet, so I don't know how the audio sounds. But the video quality in not low lighting, but the lighting I normally have in this office, just the one lamp on, or potentially in this lighting, looks surprisingly good. So I'm thinking whoever this ends up going to will probably be pretty happy with it. But I'm not quite ready to move away from this guy yet, or the other many vlogging cameras that I've got. Anyway, just sort of turned it on to show the stuff that I've been doing. Love those LED lights. And it's later, everybody's made it home, we had dinner and everything. I'm back in my office and I've got all my lights turned back on because I was working on more video stuff. I did move everything around again, so the Deco is here on the shelf instead of being over there in the way. And it looks like the glue from this LED strip has immediately just peeled loose. So I'm going to have to figure out a better way to affix it, because that doesn't look good at all. There we go. That's a little bit better. Maybe I'll have to come back to it with some hot glue or some 3M command strips or something. But as I mentioned, I did finish filming the video about it, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that. One thing I actually mentioned in a previous vlog that I never finished and never actually uploaded was about memory cards. With the Sony camera I've been using, one of the complaints that I have about it, and a lot of people have, is that Sony has problems with SD card slots in that they recess them kind of far and it's kind of hard to reach it. So what I did, if you can see it here, I put a little flap of electrical tape on it. I put it on there wrong. I probably should have put it over the top and bottom, and it's just on the bottom right now. but it flaps down. I stick the card up in there, and then when I'm done, I can pull the card out by that flap, and I don't have to worry about it then getting stuck or being hard to get out. Just a little tip for you there. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start editing video and spending time with the kids and whatnot. Hooray! And there comes that little one. He's getting better at this every day. They said that he walked the whole length of the hallway at school today out to the playground. And he can get up on his own now too. Look at that. Except he keeps falling. He's still working on it. He's trying to run is the problem. And then there's Duncan playing tablet. Because that's what Duncan does. Hello. Where are you going, Ellis? Mama's upstairs. You can't find her right now. You hear the Wiggles? You coming back for him? I don't think he likes this Wiggles video. There we go. He's dancing to pentatonics. He wants to play with Alexa so bad though. Shake it, Ellis. Shake it. Dance it, dance. Yeah. Shake it, shake it. Yeah. Shake your butt. Ellis is confused. Duncan is sitting in what he thinks is his chair. He says, "Get from my chair." By the way, plugged into the chair, so the speaker is the chair right now. But the chair is the speaker. La 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 la. Wiggle. Yeah. He's just having a big dance party to pentatonics. Yeah. You gonna twerk for us? Is that fun? Yeah. And somehow I completely forgot to wrap up the video. After editing some of it and watching some of it back, the audio from this is really just not what I would call good. A lot of background noise, a lot of hissing. The video quality still looks really good though, so I'm impressed with it. But definitely not something I would use for daily videos. Something I would definitely feel comfortable giving to a friend or a family member, so that's most likely what'll happen. But anyway, thank you guys as always for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the little dance sequence with Ellis earlier. That was fun. But we'll see you again next time.